Rock and Roll Geek Show 1379.
Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA, online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Sunday, March 30th, 2025, and it is 1:10 p.m. when I'm recording this episode, and that makes it legal for me to drink. I'm up here in the mountains. It's a rainy day, and there's no time to walk. Can't walk the dogs in the rain, so I am going to do a Rock and Roll Geek Show for you, friends. I am changing it up. I'm having a bottle of Corona. I was watching the March Madness yesterday on TV, and the Florida Gators, I'm a Florida Gators guy because my stepdad John is a Florida Gators alumni, and he follows everything they do, and they are in the March Madness Sweet 16, and that's in San Francisco. They're playing, and they were down to the Elite Eight yesterday. So I was watching it, and I realized that I ran out of beer. So I went to the Douglas City store, which is right down the street from me in the mountains. I didn't feel like going all the way to the grocery store. That's a 20-minute drive each way, and it's only like a 7 or 8 minute drive down to the Douglas City store. And I was down there, so I had to get Coronas, because they didn't have Tecates. And interestingly enough, the guy who owns the Douglas City store, he's one of the county supervisors. His name is Liam. He's a super cool dude. He's also a hunting guide and a fishing guide, or at least he used to be a hunting and fishing guide. And he knows I'm a bass player, and he started talking to me about music yesterday. It was the last nine minutes of the basketball game, and the Gators were 10 points down. So I said, I'm going to run get some beer. And then the guy, Liam, at the store starts talking to me, and he says, "You're a musician. I bet you don't know who this is." And he unzips his jacket, and and it says Mahogany, and it's Mahogany Rush. And he goes, I said, I've seen Mahogany Rush probably 10 times in their heyday in the 70s. And so we started geeking out on Mahogany Rush. He started giving me all these Mahogany Rush fun facts, and I was countering him with other Mahogany Rush fun facts. And then we got into a big discussion of rock, and he was kind of trying to stump me, and he goes, "I bet you never heard of that guy from Ireland, great guitar player from Ireland." So he's talking about Rory Gallagher. So we're geeking out on music. Well, this guy is 65 years old, he owns the Douglas City store. So we start geeking out on rock. We're talking Aerosmith, Cheap Trick, Ted Nugent. We got into a big Ted Nugent discussion with talking about guitar players. Robin Trower. We're just going back and forth on all these 70s artists that we both grew up with, and it was good times. So consequently, I got back home after the geek out session with the guy at the store with my 6-pack of Corona, and it was last 10 seconds of the game, and the Gators basketball team came back and won the game. Where I'm going with this, I don't know. It's a long way to go to say that I'm drinking a Corona, and I have to open it. And Chris Capel, rock and roll copywriter, occasionally sends me these really weird, offbeat bottle openers, because I kind of collect bottle openers, even though I don't drink many beers out of the bottle. But thank God he sent me some, because I didn't have any bottle openers at the house. And this time he sent me a replica of a Korean 50,000, whatever their monetary thing is, bill, which is a bottle opener magnet. That's on my refrigerator right now. And another thing is another opener. It looks like an outline of when you see a dead body, or you see these crime scenes and they chalk line the dead body. I think that's what this is. It's like an outline of a guy's dead body. It's on copper. Cool bottle opener. It's the first time I'm ever opening. I'm opening up my first beer of the day, since it's 1:14 p.m. Works perfectly. Thank you, Chris Capel, for the bottle opener. He has sent me probably 15 bottle openers over the years, probably, maybe even more. Thank you, Chris Capel, for that, rock and roll copywriter. So let me take a sip of this fine Corona in the bottle. Ah, I'm going on that. I like a Corona. When I was in England, you know, or in the UK with the Manitoba boys, I would try all these other beers. And when I was in Africa too, I try all these other beers, and I always find myself going back to Coronas because all the bars have Coronas. And the Coronas in South Africa were actually brewed in South Africa. And I think the Coronas in England are brewed in England. So I guess that makes it kind of a local beer. Where's this one brewed? Is it brewed in California? Let me look. Let me open it up here. Beer, imported beer from Mexico. This was brewed in Mexico. Okay. Gonna have to pay Mexican tariffs now, huh? Mexican beer and the Coronas could be more expensive. Where was I going with that? I don't remember. Oh, I'm going on the country cruise with the country band in August, and you know, I was contemplating they put us up. They don't. The wife may come. I'm not sure, but I don't think they're going to give us drinks, and you can buy a drink package. And I was looking at the drinks on the Celebrity Cruise Line, and they got some pretty good beer. So if I have to buy the beer, whatever you call it, the drink packages, you get. I've never been on a cruise in my life, but all you people who go on these Monsters of Rock cruises and stuff, I think I would rather go on a country cruise than a Monsters of Rock cruise, just for the fact that I guarantee you there's a lot more hot chicks on these country cruises. Either that or a Rick Springfield cruise. Pardon me, I need to take a sip of this fine Corona. So you can buy these drink packages, all you can drink for like, what's it, $100 a day or something. So you got to, the beers are like, I think Corona's like $12. So if I was to drink 10 Coronas a day, I guess it would pay for itself. And plus you get to drink bottled water as opposed to tap water, and smoothies and sodas, maybe even. I don't know. I've never been on a cruise. Let me know how these cruises work, friends. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. So anyway, I'm drinking Coronas, and I'm up here in the mountains. All right. 7 minutes and 36 seconds to tell you I'm drinking a Corona, and I'm up here in the mountains. Let me take another sip of this fine Corona. So I put this up on the Facebook group, in the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, which I did not create, but I do appreciate. We just got, et cetera, et cetera. You just got to answer 2 questions that the sheriff made up, okay? So we know you're not one of these people trying to get in on Signalgate, trying to cause a Signalgate on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. I put up there that if I decide to do a Darkness track by track, please post your scores here. So the Darkness album came out on Friday. It's called Dreams on Toast, and that's what I'm going to do today. And I got a bunch of responses. There's like 30 comments. I don't know if they're all reviews, but several people gave their reviews. James Shapiro. Let's see, open up all the comments. James Shapiro, BJ Lisko, Bruce McMillan, Richard Fusey, Roger Lee, Mike Cranston, Peter Wojciechowski, Dave Holt, Phil Robinson, several people. So what I'm going to do on this, I'm going to do calm down, Butler. There's no hurry. It's raining outside. You don't have to talk so fast. What I'm going to do on this episode of the Rock and Roll Geek Show is I'm going to do a track by track of the new Darkness album. I have not heard it except for the songs that were advanced, like when they post like the new single now on YouTube or whatever. I think they've done like 4 of them. And I was not thrilled with any of those 4. One of them I liked a lot. The other ones were okay. And I was going through some of the reviews that some of the people on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group post, and people are trashing it. So I don't know what I'm almost afraid to listen to this thing. And I'm looking up reviews, and generally the reviews online are positive. So I don't know what to think. So that's what we're going to do today. You and me, friends, we're going to compare notes on the new Darkness album, Dreams on Toast. So if you're not a Darkness fan, you can choose to skip this episode, or you can listen because you're a good person and you want to hear your friend Michael Butler talk. All right. To start things off, let's let. I always like when we do these track by tracks, to play something different from something older from the group I'm going to be doing the track by track of, and that's what I'm going to do today. One of my favorite Darkness songs. This is the title track of Last of Our Kind. When did the Last of Our Kind come out? By the way, this is the first album since Motorheart, which was in 2021. Last of Our Kind was, let's see, let me pull up their Wikipedia. This is the 8th album from the Darkness. Last of Our Kind was, let's see, come on. Last of Our Kind was in 2014, so that's been 12 years, 10, math ain't me 14, 11 years ago. With Emily Dolan Davies replacing Ed Graham. So it was a girl drummer on this album. And then I think shortly after they got Roger Taylor's son, Rufus Tiger Taylor, whatever his name is. Let's play something from Last of Our Kind. I love this song, one of my favorite Darkness tunes, and I've never seen them play this one live. This is a title track, Last of Our Kind. There you go. That has everything I like in a Darkness song. So it's a lot. That's what I'm going to be comparing the new album to. It's got a big anthemic chorus. It's got a great guitar riff. It's got good vocals, great guitar solo, and a breakdown. That's the standard with what's a great Darkness song for me. So we will see if the new one lives up to that. I don't have high expectations after reading the reviews of the Friends of the Rock and Roll Geek Show, because I usually trust everybody who's friends of the show, their reviews, because everybody seems to have really the best taste in rock of any podcast friends in the world. I'll say that. All right, enough of that. Enough kissing. I'm kissing your asses now, friends. But before we get to the track-by-track review of the new Darkness album, Dreams on Toast, I want to thank some people who donate to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, because I haven't done that in a little while. By the way, thank you to everybody who commented on the Gary Holt interview. It made blabbermouth, which I did not. A lot of these podcasters, when they interview somebody, they'll look for a soundbite and then they'll post it to blabbermouth and try to get a mention, to try to get their podcast some numbers. I don't do that because I don't know. I'm a little bit embarrassed to be trying to promote my podcast that way. I probably should, but I don't. And I told Gary Holt that he didn't have to worry about me posting shit on Blabbermouth. And then 2 days later, it comes out on Blabbermouth. So it looks like I did, but I didn't. But it was cool to see the Rock and Roll Geek Show on Blabbermouth. And somebody, I think the sheriff said, well, hopefully it'll get the Rock and Roll Geek Show some more listeners. The only time I've ever looked at the numbers really was when I've been on Blabbermouth, and to see if it got a lot more downloads. Has virtually no effect on the numbers. People who see these things on Blabbermouth actually don't bother to listen to the podcast. Maybe 10 or 20 people. So, maybe you'll get more people. It doesn't matter. I'm doing this for you, friends. But before we get to the track by track of the new Darkness album, Dreams on Toast, let's say happy birthday. Oh, we want to thank some people who donate to the show. And for background music, we want to say happy birthday to Jim Dandy Mangrum from Black Oak, Arkansas. We will play that in the background while we thank some people who donate to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. Let's see. How about let's listen to a word from Jim Dandy first, shall we? Jim Dandy turned 77 today, March 30. He was born March 30th, 1948.
And that's
happy birthday, Jim Dandy.
That we won't be able to do together unless we all become as one. And if we all become as one, and then we can walk through it together. Now, I ain't walked through it all the way yet, but there was a time I walked into it and I had to go into it alone. That's this place called the Halls of Karma. Now, when you go into the Halls of Karma the way I did, I don't know, it might have been hallucination, but I think it was real. See, I felt the presence of the two energies, the positive and the negative, of God and the devil, however you want it. And they was pulling and deciding on wondering what to do with my soul. Now, I couldn't take this at this moment because I had to come back to be with you people, to do a thing. And I proved to them, in bargaining with them, that I had a thing to do for the good of all of us. Out of this bargain, the devil, he got my body for the good in his needs while I'm here on earth. And the Lord, he's got my mind for the good of the universe and for the good of man. And they
Preach
both,
it, Jim Dandy.
They got me in between because they both got my soul. So the next time I come up, I want the Lord to please have mercy on my soul.
All right. Let's thank some people who donate to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. You know it's a value for value, so if you get any value out of this podcast, please, friends, donate what you can. Take it away, Black Oak, Arkansas. Thank you to everybody who donate on Venmo. My Venmo, this is my favorite way because they don't take any fees out. My Venmo is at Michael-Butler-11. Thank you, Tim Schall, $50. You saved the show, Tim Schall. Thank you, Kirk Crawford, $50. You also saved the show, friend. Greg Brofer, friend of the show, $20 on Venmo. Still praying, Greg Brofer. Thank you to Michael Stitik, 19. Pardon me, I'm Burma's fine staccato. $19. Staccato? I'm Burma's fine staccato. Whatever that is. Mike Stitik, $19. Richard Fusey, the sheriff, $11.11. $11.11. Stephen Cohen, $10. Retroactive for the Jeff Whalen interview and repost. Stephen Cohen, $5 again. All right, that's all the Venmo, a little light, but thank you to everybody who donated on Venmo. Thank you to everyone else we got at Black Oak. How about revolutionary all-American boys? Thank you to everybody who donated on Patreon. Joe Pollack, my bodyguard, and Richard Manitoba's assistant on the last tour. $16.66. Dan Garawan, $15. Kirk Crawford, $12.77. Fred and Jenny Bunky, $10. Patrick Shanahan, $10. Cole Thornton, $9.99. Ryan Springer, $8. John Scott, writer of the great book Tom Petty and Me, $8. By the way, I just finished the Peter Wolf book. Maybe I'll talk about that one before we get into the Doggies track. Let's talk about it now. Fuck it. I enjoyed the book. It was not an autobiography. It was not really a memoir either, and it was not a lot of talk about Jay Giles' band. But there were some good stories about people he's hung out with, and he's hung out with some legends. And he read the audiobook. Michael Street said he sent me the print version, which I'm looking forward to because I heard there's a lot of good photos. I don't know. But I enjoyed the book. It was nice hearing Peter Wolf read it because he's got a good voice, and it made the story sound more realistic. Lots of Faye Dunaway talk. The guys hung out with Bob Dylan. He's friends with Bob Dylan, friends with Merle Haggard, all these famous blues guys. Where am I here? Oh, John Scott, $8. Thank you, John Scott. Michael Street, friend of mine and friend of the show, $7.50. Dave Slusher jumped ship, but he's still donating, $5.55. Brad Schultz, $5. Shiaki Hinahara, Midaki Metal on Instagram. We went out to dinner when I was in San Francisco last week and had a great time. Danny Borden, happy birthday, Danny Borden, $5 Shitty Dude donation. He's going to see Jeff Tate tonight with my friend Jasper. Eric Klein, $5. James Shapiro, $5. Jamie Jefford, $5. Justin Lefkowitz, $5. Martin Cawley, $5. Nadia Itani, $5. Paul Smith, $5. Robert Harvey, $5. Steve T. Steve Trice, $5. Eric Stowell, $4. Mike Hellier, £4. Dan McBride, $3. Mark Mazzei, $3. Mike Dixon, $3. Adrian Bosch on Bosch Rock on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page, which I did not create, but I do approve people just got to answer 2 or 3 questions written by the sheriff, so we know you are not coming here to burn down our electric cars. Amy Bowen, $2. Eric the Rock and Roll Plebe, $142. 3 Legs, 4 Wheels, $1. Arnie Stats, $1. And Piotr Wojciechowski, $1. What else do we got? How about Fancy Nancy? You all want to hear Hot and Nasty? Fuck it, we'll play Hot and Nasty. If you have Tubi, There is a Black Oak, Arkansas documentary, really low budget on Tubi. It's free. If you're a Jim Dandy fan, you'll smile if you watch it. Thank you to everybody who donated on PayPal. Richard Strom, $20. Dave Franco, $20. Stephen Laperriere in French Canada, $20. Blake Johnston, $20. By the way, what got us talking about rock yesterday at the store was I was wearing a Blake Johnston's Snake Farm shirt that he gave me. And that brought up a topic of rock and roll with the guy at the store. Ralph Miller, friend of mine and friend of the show, $10. William Bell, $10. James Venners, $10. Jeff and Cheri, Thieleke, $10. Jason Shepard, $10. Dave Jackson, School of Podcasting, $10. BJ Lisko, $10. Todd Cunningham, $10. John Ofenloch, $5. Brett Garske, $5. Jim Benjamin Mueller, $5. Vincent Crimi, $5. John Tennis, $5. Gregg Long, $5. Rachel Rosenberg, $5. Andrew Howe, $5. Mark Bridges, $5. Peter Spark, $5. Kai Matsuda, $2. Brian Gradage, $2. William Moffat, $2. Lasse Sattvedhagen, $2. Stephen Mascort, $2. Chad Kiffmeyer, $2. Deborah Dreyfus, if that's your real name, $2. Philip Vermeulen, $2. Adam Croft, $2. Adam Brachet, $2. And Dave Alexander, $2. Thank you to everybody who donates on just donates, period. Hit the donate button at rockandrollgeek.com. I'll tell you all the ways you can help me out. You can also buy something from the Amazon link. I'll get a little kickback. And you can contribute to the show by calling in show reviews or plugging it on other podcasts and other radio shows. Or tell your friends. There's no advertisers on this show, friends. I don't have to answer to anybody but you. Thank you to everybody. It's a value for value, so please donate what you can. You help out the show, friend. And you help out your friend Michael Butler. All right, happy birthday, Jim Dandy Mangrum. Okay. Now, there's a little bit of commonality between the Darkness and Jim Dandy if you think about it. Just think about it. All right, I'm not going to explain it to you. Just think about it. All right. All right, new album from the Darkness. There are 10 songs on it. Supposedly there are bonus tracks. Let's see, back it up here. The bonus tracks are, bonus tracks. Mistletoe and Wine, which is on the Christmas 2020, a Justin signed exclusive. A song called The Wishing Well, which is a Dan signed exclusive. Au Revoir, My Friend, it was a Frankie signed exclusive. Peppermint and Chamomile is a Rufus signed exclusive. And then another song called My Only. If anybody has those, please don't send those to me, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, because that would just be wrong. All right. 8th studio album from the Darkness, produced by Dan Hawkins. On the cover is, I don't know what's on the back cover, but on the front cover is Rufus Taylor and Dan Hawkins, or not Dan, Rufus Taylor and Frankie Pallane. Rufus looks like he's holding a cell phone, and Frankie Pallane is holding a old, like one of those old big car phone looking things. I'm guessing maybe that Justin and Dan are on the back. I don't know. All right, let's just take it from the top. So you know the scoring system. If I like the song, I give it a +1. If it's okay, I'll give it a half. And if I don't like it, I give it a 0. And then we tally all those up over the amount of songs that's in it. And scientifically, unscientifically, that's the score. So this was an easy one because there's 10 songs. So if I like 8 songs, it'd be an 8 out of a 10. If I only like 5, they're all okay, it'll be 5 out of 10, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to compare notes with you, the friends of the Rock and Roll Geek Show who gave their input. All right, so we're going to go all the way to the top here. The top is BJ Lisko's. All right. Let me preface this by saying that the Darkness, to me, are great every other album. I loved the last one, so wasn't going into this one with super high hopes, okay? All right. Let's listen to it. The first song is called Rock and Roll Party Cowboy. This one was, I think, the second one that they pre-released. No, this was the third one. Okay, riff, not bad. Graham and Michael from the Butlers, Graham and Michael Schall from the Butlers, they sent a group text about they said, and they're both Darkness fans. They have cemented themselves as a joke band now with this song. They hate this song. I didn't think it was that bad. It's because of the lyrics that they hate the song. I think they're kind of taking the piss out of it. Maybe a little bit too forcefully trying to take the piss out of it with the song lyrics.
Electric guitars, bad boys. Hey, where the ladies at? Bring the noise. Heavy metal, hard rock, soft rock, big party.
All right, let's see what the Friends of the Rock and Roll Geek shows. I'll turn it down. BJ Lisko, half. I like the riff, but the song doesn't go anywhere, really. Okay, Bruce McMillan. It's got a good beat and it's easy to dance to. Har har. Middle of the road song for these guys, but I'll give it a +1. Richard Fusey gives this one a +1. Roger Lee, great riff, reminds me of Steel Panther, and therefore I don't care much for it. Half. Pietrek Wojciechowski, +1, I like it. An non-obvious opener, good riff, nice solo. Dave Holt, didn't like the beginning, but once Justin's flowing vocals take over, it's earned its +1. James Shapiro, I'm excited because I've never got in on these threads in time for the podcast. I like the album, it's getting a good score from me. But okay, I'm going to save that, Mark. Oh, he doesn't give the scores on each song. Oh, does he? No, he doesn't. Oh, I give every song a +1 except for 2 songs. Phil Robinson, a half. I like the riff and the groove, but as others have said, it just doesn't go anywhere. But it does have some very darknessy lyrics. I ain't gonna read no Tolstoy, and I ain't gonna eat no bok choy. Only Justin can get away with lyrics like that. He gives it a half. Cole Thornton, +1. Good opening, great tone and riff. I like the growly vocals, solid tune, +1. Stephen Laperriere at all. I'm not a fan of the darkness. Let's see where this goes. He gives the first song a +1. Love the intro riff. Like the voice. Seems like an instant favorite lister. Very good solo. Nice bridge. Great ending. A legit +1. Okay, let's continue. Mike Cranston, the verses remind me of Alice Cooper. Pretty generic, but I like the breakdown into the solo a lot. +1 because I didn't come here to read no Tolstoy. All right. Kevin McGregor, the whole album sucks. There's a country American attempt track at the end that just misses the mark. It just sucks. They definitely phoned this one in. Thank you, Kevin McGregor. Don't be a stranger to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. 9 mutual friends. Okay, I think he's a new friend of the show. Thank you, Kevin. John Nashid. Strong half. I'm taking off points for the cheesy lyrics, even though I'm aware that they are tongue-in-cheek. Okay. That's everybody who contributed. I am going to give it a half. It's a decent enough song, and I think I like it better now than I did the first time I heard it. So, but I'm going to give it a strong half, as opposed to Graham and Michael from the Butlers' strong 0. All right, next song, I Hate Myself. This was this the first one that came out that they released? No, this was the second one. They released this on December 10th. Right? I Hate Myself. All right. This is a love song. Is this a love song to his wife? No, that's The Longest Kiss. I Hate Myself. Here we go.
Best thing that ever happened to anyone.
A classic Darkness melody. I'm not crazy about the guitar tone.
A little miss forever and a day. There's a girl I was incredibly cruel to. I thought that she was in my way. The girl I adore. Oh, she don't wanna know me anymore. Oh, I hate myself. I hate myself I do. Oh, I hate myself. So you don't have to.
Saxophone.
7 years of my life.
Got a sax?
There's a girl who only saw me, not my influence.
I don't see any sax listed on the Wikipedia, and I don't have the liner notes. I apologize, friends.
Oh, she don't wanna know me anymore. Oh, I hate myself I do.
That's definitely a sax there. I like the song. It's not the best Darkness song, but I'm going to give it a soft +1. Fade out. Okay, we can kill it. All right, let's read the Friends of the Rock and Roll Geek Show. Let's start where we ended off. John Nashid. I Hate Myself, +1. Okay. Kevin McGregor, the whole album sucks. All right. Mike Cranston. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Kevin. Mike Cranston. This one is just too infectious to not give it a +1. Plus, it has saxophone. There you go. Okay, so far we're kind of agreeing. All right. Stephen Laperriere, who's not a fan at all of the Darkness. I Hate Myself, +1. The voice in the chorus Ish, it hurts my ears. Musically good. The solo at the end is super good. Changes from a half to a one. Wait, changes it from a half to a one, but a half. Okay, I don't know what that means, but he gives it a +1. Okay. He's not a fan of Justin's vocal style, which I disagree. I like Justin's vocals. Cole Thornton. I like the soft opening and kick up in tempo. Great riff, catchy chorus. The doses of saxophone are nice. Strong solo going into fade out. +1. Okay. So we're all kind of agreeing here. So far, people are not trashing it, except for Kevin. Phil Robinson, +1. More of the self-deprecating darkness that everyone loves or loves to hate. I like it and like the inclusion of the horns. Okay. James Shapiro. Okay. He's not giving... he gives every song a +1 except for Mortal Dread and Weekend in Rome. Okay. So he gives it a +1. I'm excited because I've never got into one of these threads in time for the podcast. I like the album and it's getting a good score from me, but in comparison to the others, it's probably their weakest. Unlike their other records, there just isn't a really great A banger classic tune on it. Yeah, like Last of Our Kind. But I haven't heard the whole album yet, so we will cease judgment, or whatever that turn of a phrase is. We'll withhold judgment until we hear the whole album. But it's the darkness. There's catchy melodies, clever lyrics, if a step down on that front from other albums, and ripping guitar work as usual. There are great moments, just not all-time classic darkness songs, if that makes sense. It does make sense, James. I love their ballads and the detours into country on this album. Some of their most clever stuff over the years, and the ones here I think are awesome. Cold-Hearted Woman getting tons of hate. I really dig it, okay? The understated cleverness is there, and I think it's beautifully written and performed. Hot on My Tail is fucking hilarious. Okay. As others have said, Walking Through Fire is the most darknessy song of the bunch. Again, really good, but not exceeding their previous classics. There is no Live Till I Die, no Happiness, no Hammer and Tongs on this album, okay? He gives every song a +1. Thank you, James Shapiro. Dave Holt. Did I see Dave Holt in the Midwest tour? I think I did. Thank you for contributing, Dave Holt. Damn, I love this song. It's a fucking anthem. I love the background sax. Has a big Queen Mott feel. Super big +1. All right. Hate Myself from Piotr Wojciechowski. I love the saxophone. Great catchy rock tune. Cool chorus. All right. +1. Roger Lee. It's grown on me, pun intended. +1. Richard Fusey. 0. Okay. He need no comments, just numbers. 0 on this one. 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 0. Okay. Oh, I love the Sheriff. Live forever, Sheriff. Bruce McMillan. I really like this band, but sometimes the goofy lyrics are too much. They can seriously rock out. Love on the Rocks with No Ice, so I wish they would do more of that. I give this one a half. BJ Lisko, +1. Wasn't crazy about this one when it came out, but it's grown on me. +1. All right, so we're kind of all agreeing so far. I give it a soft +1. All right, third song, Hot on My Tail, which was this pre-released. This came out. They just pre-released this one last week. So they pre-released 6 songs off of a 10-song album. I don't know how I feel. I do know how I feel. I'm against it. They've already played you almost the entire album. What gives you the motivation to want to go buy the album when they've played almost the whole album? That's like a movie trailer, giving you the ending of the movie in the trailer. But they've released 6, and this was the 6th one they released. All right, Hot on My Tail. Here we go. Oh, Queen. I don't know. I'm kind of had enough of the Queen rip-offs from the darkness. I think this is the first one Dan has produced by them. Probably trying to show off his producer chops. But it changes course here. I kind of like this.
Beans and rich tomatoes, so
I like the acoustic guitar.
familiar and tin. The rest of that long fateful night is written on the wind.
Country tune.
I took my partner by the hand and led her up the stairs. We heard a fridge door opening, the caught us unaware.
Bass real heavy up front on
Color
this.
left my lover's face, she looked nauseous and pale. 'Cause there was something sinister hard on my tail, hard on my tail, hard on my tail. I'm sorry, everybody, but I've got something hard on my
Sorry,
tail.
everybody, I got something hot on my tail. Okay.
It was a tough one,
I like the change of direction.
but I remained
I don't love the song.
sounded like
I like that melody right. That sounded. I like that.
unzipped. The atmosphere was
I'm gonna give it a chance here.
I'll never forget.
Let's see what everybody else
Think I'm
says.
forgiven.
BJ Lisko, 0 clever lyrics, but not a song I'll go back to. Bruce McMillan, same as the last tune. Even has some xylophone, which is straight from the cartoons. Queen influence, which is they will do a lot. I don't mind. Half. Richard Fusey, 0. I don't think that's xylophone. Maybe it is. Roger Lee, excruciating to listen to. Hurts my ears.
How could you do this dreadful thing?
Thank you,
to
Roger
me?
Lee.
That's the last
Pietrick,
time I let
0. I don't mind country, but this one is filler.
you to rescue the evening. I tried to no avail. 'Cause there was something
Dave Holt, nothing wrong with the band having fun, a +1.
hard on my tail, hard on my tail.
James Shapiro, +1. Every song a +1 except Mortal Dread and Weekend in Rome.
Hard on my tail.
Phil Robinson, half. More goofy Justin Hawkins lyrics and subject matter. I like the chord progressions in this one, but someone who just isn't doing it for me.
Sorry, everybody.
Cole Thornton,
I've got
his vocals don't mess with country music at all. Do like the bass. Okay, stop here. Okay, kill it. Okay. I do like the bass. Music itself is pretty decent until halfway through all that corny break derails it. I kind of agree with you on that, Cole Thornton. I give it a weak half. Right? Stephen Laperriere, 0. Very different. Seems like another band than the previous songs. I guess Michael Butler playing in a country band influenced them. 0. Okay. All right. Mike Cranston, novelty song, but it makes me laugh, so it gets a half. Okay. All right. John Nash, +1. Decided not to penalize this one for the cheesy lyrics. Okay. By the way, there are some reviews. I got it's on Metacritic. Metascore is a 71. Okay, that means it's a 7.1 out of 10. 5 critic reviews. Okay, I'm going to give it a. I'm going to go with most of the friends of the show and give it a half. All right. Next song. Take a sip of this fine Corona. Mortal Dread. Oh, a little bit like what's the song on that first album? Not Black Shuck, but the instrumental. I like the riff. It's probably a Dan lick riff. AC/DC 4 on the floor. You women!
I wake up so early. The sun has only just set.
I like it so far.
I wake up in a middle-aged body. To the toilet I must get. I wake up with no purpose.
Modulation, I'm not a huge fan of.
No lays on dead.
sounds like a lot of Darkness songs. I'm leaning towards a soft +1. That's a good riff, even though it's AC/DC derivative.
We wake up and every breath is precious, pulling each other down. We wake up, try to save each other. We wake up and then we drown. Mortal dread, until death comes. Mortal dread grows.
I'm giving it a soft +1. Let's see what everybody else says. John Nash +1. Kevin McGregor, the whole album sucks. Mike Cranston, I like the rip, but the chorus is just okay. Doesn't really go anywhere. I'll give it a half. Stephen Laperriere +1. More in my wheelhouse. I like the riff. Okay, chorus. What is this breakdown here? I don't know what to think of the singer when he pitches high. I hate it. Gives it a +1 though. Cole Thornton, good riff, good opening. Vocals are too soft for an AC/DC type tune. I don't like the Axl Rose speaking part. Music's decent, strong half. Bill Robinson, half. Wondering if this was a throwaway that somehow made the album. Seems like a kind of a song a band can spit out while even trying. James Shapiro, the only song that I don't give it a +1 is Mortal Dread. I give it a half. Dave Holt, you know how bands can spit songs out and end up okay, not great. This is the one, but I love the piano break, a half. All right, everybody seems to say half. Pietrich gives it a half. I like the riff, but the song is forgettable. Maybe it will grow on me. Who knows? Roger Lee, catchy but mediocre. All right, half. Richard Fusey, +1. Bruce McMillan, AC/DC all over this one. I know these guys can do their own shit and rock. Come on, guys, half. All right. BJ Lisko, +1. Great AC/DC style rocker. Gives it a +1. All right. Next song, Don't Need Sunshine. Was this one released before? No, it was not. Don't Need Sunshine. Okay, so we've never heard this one before. We being me. Don't Need Sunshine.
I'm alive and I love it. There's nothing you could give to me that I covet. I was born with everything I need. The air that I breathe and the blood that I bleed.
That sounds like somebody else. Sounds like one of those pop groups. Maybe Ed Sheeran or somebody. And I know Ed Sheeran's a Darkness fan. Maybe it's an ode to Ed Sheeran to pay him back for coming on and singing with the Darkness.
Feeling lighter with everything I lose. I'm down to 2 cars and 100 pairs of shoes.
This is something that would sound like on Justin's solo album.
Trying to get me a tan. I don't need enough to show me how far I ran. Don't wanna be a part of anybody else's plan. I don't need a woman to behave like a man. Ooh.
I like the play on words. I don't need a woman to behave like a man. I like it so far. So far it's a big +1. Let's see where it goes.
I'm alive, more or less. Less is more, so I say no instead of yes. I could live without emotion, cold-hearted and thick-skinned. I could live without the weather, especially the wind. Complete
Now, if there ends up being a great guitar solo in this, I'm going to give it a huge +1. But so far, I'm liking this song.
I'm trying to get me a time. I don't need enough to show me.
Come on, don't disappoint me, Justin.
Don't wanna be a part of anybody else's plan. I don't need a woman to behave like a man.
Love this song. I know everybody's going to disagree when I read everybody else's scores here. This is a big +1 for me. I'm not hating this album so far. It's not their best, but I'm not hating it. Big +1 for me on that one, friends. I know I'm going to be in the minority. I just know it. All right. Don't Need No Sunshine from BJ Lisko. Decent Queen-style mid-tempo ballad. I give it a half. All right. Don't Need No Sunshine. Bruce McMillan. Uh-oh. See the previous song. 0. Never thought I would give these guys a 0. All right. Michael Street, wow, this album's getting massacred. Waiting on my vinyl. Apparently the expectation is Cheap Trick the Doctor level, I guess. Richard Fusey, 0. Sandy Hyde, it's no Motor Heart. Roger Lee, boring. What band am I listening to again? 0. Pietrick. Half, it's a nice song. I like the Queen inclinations, but I'm missing something here. All right. Dave Holt. No, love your voice, Justin, but don't love this song. 0. James Shapiro, every song a +1 except Mortal Dread and Weekend in Rome. Okay, Mortal Dread, you give a half. Phil Robinson, +1. I knew you'd come through, Phil Robinson. How does Justin come up with these lyrics? Better yet, how does he make them work? I'm down to 2 cars and 100 pairs of shoes, and I don't need an app to show me how far I ran. That's true. That said, this sounds like the theme song from an 80s sitcom, but damn if it doesn't tickle something in my brain that makes me like it. I fully agree with you, Phil. Fully agree. I guess all those years of listening to Queen has conditioned me to love stuff like this. I think he wrote it for Ed Sheeran. Don't be surprised if it comes out on an Ed Sheeran record. Cole Thornton, found myself wanting to be over the first chorus. Boring. 0. Stephen Laperriere. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Really bad pop song. I hate it from the get-go. As Michael says, kill it! Thank you, Stephen. Mike Cranston. Another one that is pleasant enough, but doesn't really do much for me. The Luddite in me gives this one another half. It's a charity half for him, according to Cole Thornton. I'm bourbon this fine Corona. Kevin McGregor, the whole album sucks. John Nashid, strong half. Okay, I give it a big +1. Me and Phil Robinson, we agree. All right, next song. The Longest Kiss. This was the first one released in September. I think I already played it on the Rock and Roll Geek show. But let's hear it again. Okay, because I never gave it a score. Beatles. I could do without the Beatles ripoff. It's a complete Beatles ripoff. I like his vocals. I like Justin's vocals, Stephen Laperriere.
That's what they used to.
Most of the people that don't like The Darkness don't like him because of Justin's vocals.
The longest kiss I've ever had in my life. I think I found my wife.
All right, I'm giving it a half. I'm not into the Beatles ripoffs. Even though Cheap Trick is my favorite band. Let's try to bang through everybody's scores here. +1 from John Nash. As a fan of the Beatles, Kinks, and Queens, I'm a fan of this kind of music hall rock. Weak +1, Mike Cranston. Stephen Laperriere. Half. Seems like a Beatles song. I don't know. I'll give it a half because I've had one beer too many. Oh, and because of the guitar solo. Cole Thornton. Queen vibe worked on this one. Very tight. Vocals are very good. +1. Bill Robinson. +1. More Queen. Nothing wrong with this one at all. James Shapiro, every song a +1 except Mortal Dread and Weekend in Rome. Dave Holt, Queen, yeah, nothing wrong with that. I think I need a top hat to do some two-step. +1. Thieleke. As a hardcore Queen fan, I can't dislike songs like this one. Inspiration is obvious. +1. Yeah, that's a complete Brian May guitar tone. Roger Lee, half only for the guitar solo. Richard Fusey, 0. Bruce McMillan, damn, another Queen intro and goofy lyrics. Stop and rock, 0. DJ Lisko, +1, reminds me a lot of Queen, great solo, I like this one. I'm giving it a half. I don't need The Darkness to sound like Queen, I'm sorry. Or the Beatles. All right. Next song, number 7, The Battle for Gadgetland. This is probably a Dan song. A little bit like that song that sounds like The Cult that's on one of those albums.
Cellular phones, we repair and we service drones. We've got ultrasonic sensors to keep
talking. Justin's talking.
Everything to do with electricity.
So far, I'm not loving this.
This is a battle for Gadgetland. This is a battle for Gadgetland.
I don't know about this one. I'm not loving this one.
What the hell we fighting for? I don't think I need you anymore.
This sounds like a sounds like another band.
I don't think you need me anymore.
Doesn't sound like The Darkness.
Sell batteries, AAAs, adhesive strips to secure toupees. If we sold it'd be double glazed.
This one might be a 0 for me.
This is a battle for Gadgetland. This is a battle for Gadgetland. What the hell we fighting for? I don't think I need you anymore. What the hell we fighting for? I don't think you need me anymore.
I guess he's against people fighting to have so many gadgets.
Time to curtsy. My name's Johnston. I'm the Earl of Chertsey. Money and land, title and privilege given haphazardly hat. A kneeling ovation for the undisputed king of rap. Just like you, I have eaten mud. There's nothing blue whatsoever in my blood. But only the finest silks line my suit, by virtue of my talent on electric lute.
Ripping solo. All right, the solo's lifting it up a little bit for me.
What the hell we fighting for?
I'm going to give it a soft tap just for the solo. I kill it. Okay, a little bit more. For the most part, it's an annoying song. Except for the guitar solo. Okay, what did we give it here? Let's go all the way up to BJ Lisko. +1. This one was going to be a half until the face-melting solo, okay? Bruce McMillan. Close but no cigar, a generous half. All right. Richard Fusey, 0. Roger Lee. Hated it first listen, but I like it more I listen to. +1. Okay, maybe I need to listen to it more. Thank you, Roger Lee. Piotr Wojciechowski. +1. It's got something intriguing, not an obvious song. All right, interesting, Piotr. I think Piotr is a Peter in another language. Another last one. What Piotr? Where are you from, friend? Are you Netherlands? Let me know where you're from. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. And let me know how to pronounce your name, friend. I mispronounce everybody's name. When I met Jeff Thieleke, they told me the correct pronunciation, and I swear to God I forgot it. All right, where am I? Dave Holt. Loved Professor Gadget. I wonder if he was from Gadgetland. Fun to turn up. My ears hurt. +1. Huh. I'm surprised people are giving this one a +1. James Shapiro. Every song except Mortal Dread and Weekend in Rome, I give a +1. All right. Phil Robinson. Half. Another nonsense song that I'm torn over. I love the intro. It reminds me of something the Foo Fighters might have come up with, like White Limo. But the rest of the song, I'm not crazy about. The rest of the song, ? I'm not crazy about. This is the Battle for Gadgetland part. But then the What the Hell Are We Fighting For comes in, and I love it again. And then the spoken word middle section. God, I guess I'm giving it a half, but I guess I'll end up loving it on repeat listens. All right. Cole Thornton. The medley opening is great, falls apart after that, gets messy, no groove. The individual parts of the song are decent. Half. Stephen Laperriere. +1. I like the riff. Good rock song. I like the beat of this one. It's a +1. I really like the guitar work so far throughout the album. All right, maybe Stephen Laperriere is going to turn into a Darkness fan. Mike Cranston. I like these off-kilter kind of riffs, so this should be in my wheelhouse. I also really like the breakdown and solo. I think this one will grow on me, but for right now, it's a strong half. I'm giving it a weak half. Kevin McGregor, the whole album sucks. They just phoned this one in. It just sucks. John Nash, +1. All right, I'm in the minority. I'm giving it a weak half. What are some of the reviews here? Glide Magazine. Dreams on Toast has the same stadium rock credentials as the Mega Hat Permission to Land. Guitarist Justin's vocals are a bit more subdued, but he still croons and belts with a natural swagger. His brother, guitarist Dan Hawkins, delivers solid riffs anchored by the strong rhythm section of oh, what a generic review, man. They give it an 80. Kerrang, 80. It's spread all to the corners of the familiar with the fresh equal parts of self-awareness and self-regard, resulting in their finest album of this, The Second Coming of Darkness. Classic rock, unexpected diversions into country honk and cinematic balladry, but may also raise eyebrows among diehards. But when the storm clouds clear, the band's innate pop sensibilities shine as brightly as ever. 80. Exclaim gives it a 60. Difficult to dislike. The knowing wink may feel a bit strained as the crow's feet deepen, but it will coax your face into a smile more often than not. But they only give it a 60. Mojo, Dreams on Toast music is much less nuanced and thought-provoking, but that's no slur. 60. All right. Next song, Cold Hearted Woman. I guess this is a country one. Okay.
I had a feeling that you couldn't wait to stunt.
How cool would it be if the Darkness had a country hit?
I love you. You are such a cold-hearted woman.
Got a banjo.
Makes a cold-hearted man.
Violin? Is that a violin or is that a keyboard doing it with a violin sample?
Makes a cold-hearted man. And that's what I am. Someone to rely on. Oh, I thought you were my rock. Why do I love you?
Let's hear what the friends say about this one. John Nash, half.
Such a cold
Kevin McGregor, whole album sucks. Mike Cranston, totally out of place, but I'm giving it a half in honor of Michael Butler's new country gig. There you go. By the way, I got 2 gigs next week, and I'll talk about those in a few minutes. Stephen Laperriere, 0. Oh, another intrusion into country world. So different than the other songs. A bad country song, 0. Cold Hearted Woman, big 0. From Cole Thornton.
that drew us to its flame.
Phil Robinson, half.
I don't
Love that you are such a cold-hearted, old-hearted woman. Misdirection. Another half will probably turn into a 1 over time.
Makes a cold-hearted man.
Dave Holt. Ah, shucky damn, I don't mind a country fill. Bit too soft though, half.
Makes a cold-hearted man.
Pietrich. 0. What the fuck, guys? You're not a country band. Roger Lee. Absolute bullshit. 0. Richard Fusey. 0. Oh, he gave a Battle for Gadgetland a +1. Bruce McMillan. What the fuck? 0. And finally, BJ Lisko. 0. Another campy one. Not a fan when they do this. All right, I'm giving it a half. Walking Through Fire. This was the 4th one they released in February, and this is the one that sounds like classic Darkness to me. So I'm obviously going to give this one a +1. It's Walking Through Fire. Here we go. Here we go.
Next long play.
Yeah, I like this one. Classic dark Justin melody.
I'll be honest.
I don't fault them for trying to veer off and do what they want to do. Especially when you're at their peak that they are now.
Don't even think my mom bought the last one. But I can't
Yeah, this has everything I like about a Darkness tune. It's a huge +1 for me. DJ Lisko, best song on the record, classic Darkness. If it was allowed, I'd give it an extra half point. Bruce McMillan, close till the to the middle section. Like one of your former Butler bandmates said, they're becoming a joke band. Half. Richard Fusey, 0. Roger Lee, I don't know what to say. It's not bad, not great, so I give it a half. Dietrich, +1. This is the darkness that I love. Best song on the album. No bullshit, pure rock and roll. Dave Holt was going to go in with a half, but I had a feeling we can do this song blindfolded. Oh, fuck it. Still a half. James Shapiro, every song +1 except Moral Dread and Weekend in Rome. Phil Robinson. Big +1. We're only doing this because it's fun. And this one is fun. Classic Darkness down to the Brian May inspired solo. If the whole album was like this, it would have been a 13 out of 12 Thunder Mother score. Cole Thornton. This is what I want to hear from the Darkness. Excellent tune. Will be on my favorite tunes of the year list. I hate to say it, but I agree. Stephen Laperriere, half. Good pop rock song. I don't like it that much. Half thanks to the guitar work. Mike Cranston. I can't help falling in love with this one, giving it a big +1. Best song of the album. John Nash, +1. I agree, big +1. Classic Darkness. I'm sure Justin is probably tired of these kind of songs, but I love them. I love them. It's what everybody loves about the Darkness. Do I fault them for veering off and experimenting? No, I don't. But do you have to veer off so many in one album? But hey, they're the Darkness. They can do whatever the hell they want. All right, last song. Weekend in Rome. And everybody seems... let's read the scores before we... let's listen to a little bit. 3 minutes. Let's listen to 30 seconds of it, then we'll read reviews. All right, an album closer, introspective.
Meandering like the Tiber.
Oh, this is Stephen Dorff, the actor, doing this. Just read an article this morning that Stephen Dorff is a friend of Justin's and was asked to do the spoken word part on this song. All right, let's listen to it a little bit. Well, 30 seconds more. I need to open up another Corona.
Meandering like the Tiber.
Oh, you know what song this is? I listen to the wind of my soul. Cat Stevens, and that is a fucking great tune. So, if it sounds anything like Cat Stevens, The Wind. All right. Back it up again. Sorry for me interrupting while I open up a Corona. I listen to the wind of my soul.
Meandering like the Tiber.
I could do without Stephen Dorff's.
Hand in hand, we scale the Spanish steps. The night air thick and sultry. I kiss you beneath the Italian
Oh, you know what this is supposed to be?
This was my
This
dream.
is supposed to be like a Penthouse Forum type deal, or like a softcore porn talking.
There was turbulence in our descent as we flew in.
All right, it's 30 seconds. I said I would go 30 seconds. People are trashing it. I fucking love it so far, except for Stephen Dorff's part. Let's listen to the first 30 seconds again.
Meandering like the Tiber. Hand in hand, we scale the Spanish.
The fact that Stephen Dorff is doing it, he's a douchey actor, kind of brings it up there a little bit. It kind of gives the effect that I think Justin is looking for.
Steps. The night air thick and sultry.
Thick and sultry.
I kiss you beneath
I would have
the
liked to have done
Italian
this part.
moonlight.
Italian more.
This was my dream.
It's my
There
dream.
was turbulence in our descent as we flew in. I'd hoped to witness pure
All right, let's stop it now. I'm loving it so far. John Nash, Weekend in Rome, 0. Mike Cranston. Did Apple Music stick this one on the wrong album? Nope, that's definitely Justin singing. It's like bad 70s soft rock. 0. Who was it? Stephen Laperriere. Weekend in Rome, 0. 2 words. Kill it, please. All right. Oh, Weekend in Rome from Cole Thornton. Oh, Stella, my dog wants to come in. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. Dog. We'll let the dog in. Come on in, Stella. Come on in, Stella. All right, who is this now? Cole Thornton. Sounds like a soundtrack song on an 18th century period film as a preamble to the two main characters realizing their love for each other. Big 0. Okay. Is this Phil Robinson? Phil Robinson. Half. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't hate this as much as everyone else seems to. I don't like the spoken words part, but the music's not bad. James Shapiro, 0. Dave Holt. Well, this is different. Kept waiting for it. Kept waiting for it to explode. Finally did, but with a freaking orchestra. I wanted a guitar smashing exit. Damn, 0. Pietrich, 0. I don't even know how to comment on it. Roger Lee, self-indulgent nonsense. Talk about turning your fan base away. 0. Richard Fusey, 0. Bruce McMillan, 0. BJ Lisko, 0. It's pretty, but again, it's not a song I'll return to. 0. Let's listen to it now. I'll give my score.
In the ruins, weekend in Rome, I've seen you finally. Weekend in Rome, weekend in Rome, oh, I still love you.
I could do without the but I like the rest of it. I'm giving it a +1. Let's tally up my score. Half, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5 out of 10. Wow, that's a pretty good score. Not as high as the Metacritic. Let me recount. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6, 7, 7.5 out of 10. Let's read everybody else's scores. BJ Lisko, 6 out of 10. Bruce McMillan, 3.5 out of 10. I'm so bummed. I actually had to go put on some Black Crows with Jimmy Page just to get some of this out of my head.
Love buckles like a sandal.
Richard Fusey, 3 out of 10. Roger Lee, 4 out of 10. Pietrich, 6 out of 10. I can't believe I give the Darkness album 3 zeros. Some songs are great. I always appreciate a lot of things. Hold on. Let me stop this for a second. Finish reading everybody. I can't believe I gave the Darkness album 3 zeros. Some songs are great. I always appreciated lots of Queen inspiration. It's my favorite band of all time. There are great riffs, good solos. He said Jason's, but he meant to say Justin's. Pardon me. I'm going to take a sip of this Corona. Justin's jokels. Justin's jokels impeccable as always, but what's the deal with all the country stuff? It's not their wheelhouse. After Motorheart, which was amazing, I was really looking forward to Dreams on Toast. I'm a bit disappointed. Maybe it was not time to make a new record yet. I think this record's been done for a while, Pietrich. John Morgan. Pietrich, I totally agree with your ratings and comments. I was driving around yesterday listening to the complete album for the first time and saying, what the fuck, when the zeros came up? Is this some cruel joke by the band? Well, shit, everybody online is just raving on this album. I think they're just ass-kissing. Dave Holt. 6.5. Disappointing, but I Hate Myself is one of my favorite songs of the year. After I heard that, I was expecting a masterpiece of a record. Well, we do get some Queen out of it. That's a good thing. Damn, it should have been better. James Shapiro, 8.5 out of 10, but their weakest album since the second one that broke them up. I think both can be true. Phil Robinson. My final score using Michael Butler's patented scientifically unscientific rock and roll geek scoring system, 7 out of 10. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. We're pretty close, Phil. Cole Thornton, 5.5 out of 10. Listenability, 0. This album is quite non-congruent. Too many styles of music for me. Can never settle into it. I like country, but they have to stay away from it. I won't listen to this whole album ever again. Mike Cranston, Cole, I thought the same thing. It's all over the place. It's hard for me to deal with, says Cole. It's impossible to have good sequencing. Stephen Laperriere, except for a few songs, I'm not turning into a fan. 5 out of 10. Oh, well. Sorry, Stephen. Mike Cranston, 6.5 out of 10, 65%. Coming on the heels of Motorheart, this one bums me out. I'll definitely revisit it because of the darkness and see if it grows on me, but I doubt this album ever gets picked up when I'm in the mood for the darkness after that. So Cole says, well, Mike Cranston, without the charity half, you give it a 6. Kevin McGregor, there is a country Americana attempt track at the end that just misses the mark. It just sucks. They definitely phoned this one in. John Nash, I actually don't hate this, but I got to consider my rock and roll cred. I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, exactly the same score that Michael Butler gives. All right, friends, I'm going to back it up a little bit. I'm play this one out. Should I play this one out or should I play out with a Good Darkness song, the one that everybody doesn't hate? Thank you for listening to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, friends. I'm sorry this record disappointed you. You disagree with me? Send me an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com with the subject line Butler. How can you like Weekend in Rome? You are gay!
My heart was all aflutter.
Unsubscribe.
It's just a thud.
Put that in the subject line.
Cheek and egg yolks. Like
If you agree with me, Butler, damn, you got good taste in music.
this was my dream.
Thank you for listening, friends. I'll talk to you soon. Let's end on a high note for friends. All right, let's listen to something that let's leave on something that will leave a better taste in friends of the Rock and Roll Geek Show's mouths, shall we? How about let me find something. Let's find something here. How about Bareback? I'll talk to you soon, friends. Thank you for listening. Hey, they can't all be winners. I'm going to give it a more listen. 7.5 is not bad for me. All right, I'll talk to you soon, friends. Thank you for listening. And stay frosty. Keep sticking it to the man.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.